This just got personal.
We got a 1-year extension. Why don't we sign on right now?
Let me ask you a question. Did
Why don't we sign
you
on
get
right
permission
now?
from your boss?
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
You can easily extend the ACA
Did your
right
boss,
now.
Donald Trump,
He's
give
not
you
my
permission?
boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
So let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to
Let me
shut
ask
the
you a
government
question.
down?
You
Why
know
did you
I-
vote to shut it
Let me
down?
ask you a question.
For years, you always lectured about how we need to keep the government open.
You're making a show of this to
No,
make
it's
yourself
sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could easily sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing yourself
You
right
could sign
now.
on to this. The only
You're
embarrassment
chasing
here is
clout.
you.
You're an
You could
embarrassment.
sign on to the bill.
Let me ask you a question.
You have 4 Democrats on here.
Let me ask
Why
you a
won't you
question.
sign
Let
on
me ask
to
you a
it?
question.
It's a clean
Let me
extension
ask you a
for 1
question.
year.
You voted for the one big
Clean
ugly bill,
extension.
correct?
I voted for a tax cut bill that gave the largest tax cut to Americans in history, including, by the way, the average New Yorker getting a $4,000 tax cut. Are you against that?
You're embarrassing yourself right now.
Do you want to cut the standard deduction in half?
The
Is that
largest
what you
cut
wanted
to
to do?
Medicaid in
No, we
American
voted
history.
out
You voted
waste,
for that.
fraud, and abuse, by the
You
way.
voted
Tom DiNapoli, the
for a
Democratic
permanent-
controller of New
Let
York,
me ask you a question.
pointed out that $1.2 billion
If you're
were
gonna-
wasted.
Listen, you're not going to talk. You're not going to talk to me.
Wasted
You're not
on
going to talk to me
fraud
and talk
and
over
non-New
me
York residents
because you don't
getting
want to
paid.
hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why
Go
don't you
ahead.
just keep your mouth shut?
Oh,
because you
is
showed
that-
up.
is that the way to
you
talk?
showed up. You showed up.
Yeah.
And so you voted for this one
I
big
signed
ugly
on
bill.
to this. You can extend it right
A
now.
permanent extension of massive tax breaks for your billionaire donors.
So 90% of Americans.
So they can get a permanent extension.
90% of
But
Americans
working
take the
class
standard
Americans
deduction.
can't? Is that right?
90% of Americans take the standard deduction.
Is that
right?
right?
If you had your way, the standard deduction would have been cut in half. That
No
would have been a
one-
massive tax increase
no one-
on Americans all across the country.
You're
You support
here,
that?
unfortunately,
You're against
to do
lifting the cap on
bidding
salt.
of your billionaire donors.
The
That's
billionaire
unfortunate.
donors lifting the
That's
cap on
correct.
salt. We put a income cap in place.
Why are you here right now?
An income
Where are the
cap.
re- where are the rest
Didn't
of
you
your
want all
Republican
Republicans
colleagues?
to be here?
Where are
I'm
the rest-
here.
where are the rest of your
You wanted
Republican
Republicans to be here. I'm here.
Why are you
By
here?
the way, you can pass an ACA extension right now. Sign
your
on to this
boss-
bill.
Did your boss
sign
Donald
on
Trump-
to the bill?
Is your boss Donald Trump behind it?
HR 5145. Why don't you get on it?
Mike, is your boss Donald Trump behind that?
Why won't you get on it?
Because you don't work for the American people.
Oh, I do. I
You
work
don't
for the people of
the
New
17th
York. I work for the
Congressional
people of my district.
Is that why you? Is that
I'm
why
here.
You got 145.
And by the way, I voted for a clean CR to keep the government open and funded. You voted to shut it
You're
down.
embarrassing yourself right now.
Yeah, leader, with all due
Well, as we
respect,
would say
you're the
back in the-
one.
why are you playing yourself?
You're the one
Why are
who
you playing
actually
yourself with
voted
these
to shut the
theatrics?
government down.
Actually, you
It's
know
sad.
that's not true.
It's sad. You voted to shut the government down.
Do Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the president?
Right, and
correct?
you're smart enough to know
Is
that you
right?
need 60 votes in the Senate,
Is that right? No.
Do you need 60 votes in the Senate
Was
or no?
60 votes needed to pass your one big ugly bill?
Reconciliation, which you
Was
did with the
60
IRA, and
was 60
boy, that really reduced inflation.
Are you
did a
trying to
great job
elevate
there.
yourself because you're afraid
I'm not
you're
trying to
about to lose
elevate myself.
re-election?
No, I'm not going to lose re-election.
Let me
You
ask you a
spent $42 million last cycle.
Mike,
You didn't do that
let me
great.
ask you a question. Why aren't you running for governor right now?
Because I actually enjoy this job, and I'm here to do it. And by the way, you could actually pass
You enjoy being
a
elected to
subsidy
Donald
right
Trump?
now
Is that
to
right?
ensure that people don't have health care premiums going up. Why won't you support this one-year bill?
Let me ask you a question.
Tom Swazi's on it, Jared Golden,
Let me ask you a question.
Marie
Let me ask you a
Glusenkamp
question.
Perez.
Let me ask
Are
you a
they
question.
wrong?
Your
Don
other,
Davis?
your other boss,
Are they wrong?
Your other boss, Mike Jones, I challenged him to a debate
Yeah.
on the floor. Did he send you?
No, I'm here on
his
my
behalf,
behalf
'cause
of
he's
my
afraid to debate.
constituents
Is
because
that
you
right?
shut the government down. And my constituents are suffering as a result of your ridiculous ploy because you're so afraid of Zohran Mandami. By the way, when are you endorsing him?
By the way,
do you endorse him for mayor?
First of all, are
you going to endorse him for mayor?
Listen, you're a complete and total embarrassment right now.
Oh, why is that? Because you don't want to answer the question?
Is this supposed to be a video for your failed
You don't want
re-election?
to,
Is that what's going on
want to
right
answer
now?
the question? Do you support Zohran? By the way, did you see his
Listen.
statement yesterday?
Listen.
An embarrassment on October 7th blaming the Jews? You support that? Should he be the Democratic nominee for mayor?
First of all, I don't answer to you. You
Should
don't
he be the
even
Democratic
answer to
mayor?
yourself.
Should he be the
You don't
Democratic
even-
nominee
I'll
for
answer
mayor?
whatever questions I need to answer about
Okay,
the
so you
man's
think
rate,
his
about
statement
the Ameri-
yesterday was okay?
First of all,
All right. That's sad.
First of all,
it's unfortunate.
Don't come with this phony.
These are bills.
No.
These are bills. They're not phony.
It's
They're
not
real
a bill
bills.
that Republicans are even prepared to bring to the floor.
There's 11 Republicans on it. There's 4 Democrats. It's a bipartisan bill to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. If you believe in it so much,
math?
why won't you sign on to it?
Do you understand math?
You could get your whole conference to sign on today. Your whole conference could sign on to this.
There are 220 Republicans in the House right now.
You have 215 Democrats.
With 11?
You have 215
right?
Democrats. Well, how many votes does it take in the House? 218.
Are you mathematically challenged, bro?
No, I think you are. You have 215 Democrats. You could all sign on to this today with 11 Republicans.
Do me
It'd
a
be great.
favor.
It'd be
I've
great.
indulged you. I've given you your 15 minutes of
You haven't
fame.
answered any of the questions.
You're a complete and total embarrassment.
Yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself in your district right now, and you're going down to defeat next year.
What you just witnessed isn't just another political disagreement. It's a raw, unfiltered look at what American politics has become in real time. No polished speeches, no carefully crafted talking points, just 2 powerful figures going at each other, face to face, with cameras capturing every second of it. At the center of this clash is a deeper issue than just one bill or one vote. It's about accountability, messaging, and ultimately who gets to control the narrative. You have Hakeem Jeffries pressing hard, repeatedly demanding action. Sign on right now. Why won't you support this? Trying to frame the moment as simple and urgent. From his perspective, this is about immediate relief, about proving that solutions are sitting right there if Republicans would just cooperate. But then you've got Mike Lawler pushing back just as aggressively, refusing to accept that framing. He pivots, he reframes, he challenges Jeffries directly, not just on policy, but on credibility. And that's where this stops being a policy debate and becomes a political showdown. Because once you hear phrases like, "you're embarrassing yourself," and "you don't work for the American people," this is no longer about legislation. It's about dominance in the public eye.